Yes, sir. It's me again. We back. This time, this video is gonna be real short and sweet. This is about reparations. I just wanted to put it in the atmosphere. Um, you're looking at a foundational Black American here. Me and my family, we're from the United States. We don't have no immigrant background, none of that. We're born and raised here, and my family go back to the slave fields, and this we are the descendants of the people that built America. And I wanted to put it in the air. I wanted to inform Black people how powerful we are as consumers, as Americans, and how powerful our vote is, and what's at stake with us not voting. I explained it in the video prior to this one. Um, so now I'm coming with a different aspect of this reparation situation. I want to put it in the air that we can really get this government to pay us this year. If we push the narrative that they need to pay us some type of money for us to vote ever again, including this election, they need to really cough up some money this year because um, the Democrats excelling is up to us. This is why people blame when the Democrats get in the chair, they blame us because when we vote, they excel and then they start getting in office doing all these janky policies and implementing all these janky, um, trying to implement these janky agendas of theirs. So we can pretty much say, hey, come up with a check this year. You know what I mean? Come up with a check this year if y'all really want to win. If y'all really want to win, pay Black people, give us a payout before the election. Give us a payout before the election because we cannot risk them benign neglect or look into some candidate that's being like, well, we'll pay y'all reparations if y'all vote for me. No, 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 no. Give us a payout this year. You can start at $500,000, or you can just pay us out that something that'll cover us for the next decade. You know what I mean? And y'all can get our votes. Or y'all can do a cut for this election. Pay us anywhere. What's the average wealth for the average person walking around starts at 600,000. Give us Y'all can give us a six-figure check, but can't be no little small, 100,000 or nothing like that. They got to be about somewhere between $500,000 to $700,000 checks. It should be $1 million a piece, but we can start at about 700,000, 600,000, something to get us moving, get us off these, get our pockets. Man, I got a full-time job, and I got a nice job, but it ain't got nothing to do with that debt y'all owe. Give us a payout this year. A payout this year, Black folks, is what we need to be pushing for Joe Biden. You know what I mean? The reason for this is because we just cannot risk voting for these people by them even giving us an agreement on contract, because we see that they did away with the 40 acres and a mule, HR 40. That's been sitting up there since I was born. I was born in 1989. They did that. They wrote that bill in 1989. Look how long it's been sitting up there. So the contracts don't mean nothing. We need them to do a payout this year. We need a payout this year. Because it's critical. We see the illegal immigrants. They ain't waiting for no candidate. They getting stuff right now, and they moving, and they trying to move us out while giving them all these tangibles that they don't gotta wait for, that they don't gotta find a candidate, they don't gotta do a contract, none of that. So okay, we get it. So therefore, they must give us a payout this year. We don't have to sit here and be like, we don't know if we're gonna get it in our lifetimes. We gonna make sure we get it. We can get it right now. Just like the immigrants getting stuff right now. They not waiting for no candidates. They not trying to filter out who's believable or not when they coming up to us and telling us, hey, vote for me and I'll guarantee I'll put reparations on the books. No. No, sir. We done that way too long. We got to be the generation that say, run that paper. Run that paper. That's all y'all can do at this point. Is run that paper. A payout this year is what we need to be talking. We need to be screaming at. We don't talk about the atrocities. We even know some of the calculations. There's different calculations, but I want to go with the highest bidder. I really want us to get $1 million checks this year. But if you could cut it for six figures right away, it got to be somewhere between 5 and 700,000. We need money like that because y'all have done a lot of damage to our community. You know what I mean? And y'all have duped our people for way too long. So we're going to need that payout this year. Black folks, we got to get on top of this. We can't keep sitting around letting these people talk about, you know, potentially paying us or doing all these studies. And listen, the American economy is the study itself. Everything America moving day by day is the study. Okay? We know what happened. It's all kinds of documentaries. There's all type of information out there about slavery and the causes and effects of it. We don't need no studies. We don't need no politicians making no promises. We need Joe Biden and his administration to get their hands from up under their asses and get moving and get us our paper. We tired of playing games with this country. This country need to do what they need to do morally. There's no reason for black folks to have to wait for a candidate. This administration need to get it done because we came out and voted for record numbers for this man, this white man. And we did it for Obama twice. No more candidates. It's time for them to make good on their end. They need to come up with our money. It's just that simple. This year, we don't need no more studies. The only thing they need to be studying is how much money they sending out. And we telling them, I'm telling them too. It got to be six figures, a substantial six figures, not no measly 100,000. Let's stop that talk. You know what I mean? I don't even like hearing black people talking about something. I'll take 100,000, 200,000. That ain't nothing in this economy. You get a couple cars, that money gone. We need at least 500 to 700,000 at least. We really need multi-million dollar check, man. That's what we really need. A multi-million dollar check. So I want to put this algorithm in the air about them paying us this year. You know what I mean? I sat back, I listened, and this is something I'm not hearing. Why is we sitting here? We need to be talking about them paying us this year because they could pay us. But they're going to prolong as long as we prolong. We need to be talking about them paying us this year, man, because they could do it. And if they want to win, that's the ultimatum we need to give them. Pay us, and you ain't got, if the Democrats pay us today, before the election, and they can't wait till the last minute, they got to get moving now. They got to get moving now. Because they moving the migrants in here quick, now. And they giving them shit now. We shouldn't have to wait. We waited long enough. We waited 500 and something years, man. It might be longer than that. We've been here so long, it might be longer than that. They enslaved our people. And then on top of that, they politically enslaved our people. We ain't even talking about the redlining and stuff. We just talking about solely on slavery. The price of slavery is a motherfucker. We ain't even got to the redlining and stuff yet. So we need to be talking about them paying us this year because it's essential that we get some kind of tangibles this year. The main two things the Democrats need to focus on, and they need to try to get done. First, reparations. And then the hate crime bill. That's what we need right away. And then deal with your police after that. Because they're going to leave us alone. One way or another, they're going to stop fucking with us. And they kind of not really fucking with us like they used to. Because they understand the algorithm of black folks right now in these reparations talk. So they, you know what I mean, they try not to put more of a damper on things. Because they're already in deep shit with us, man. They're in deep shit with us. The Democrats need to get up off their asses and get our money rolling, man. We tired of talking. We tired of telling them about slavery. We don't need to be explaining nothing else to nobody else. We don't need to be explaining nothing to nobody. We don't got to say nothing to nobody. We don't got to be involved in anything. We don't got to do nothing but stand on our square. This is what we got at the table. Who gonna get it done before this election? If the Democrats don't get it done, then the Republicans will have their shot. If the Republicans pay reparations, Democrats ain't got to worry about us no more. The Democrats ain't got no choice but to get it done this year. We need to make sure that they send some type of money out this year as possible. They can get that money. All they got to do is say print it. They bullshitting. These commissions don't mean nothing. It's a delay tactic. We know this. Most of us know this. We can't let them delay. We got to put their feet to the fire. We got to hold their feet to the fire. It's time, black folks. We need to be talking about them paying us out this year. They got to do a payout. They got to do some kind of payout. Okay? Because we might not get it in our lifetimes. If we don't get it this year, and them Democrats get in the chair, we ain't got to worry about no more reparations talk. Because we won't have the leverage to. See, right now we got leverage, and we need to make sure we capitalize on this leverage. It got to get done. We don't need to be worried about no Africans. We already made it clear our stance with them. If you're not with us, you're against us, and that makes you a tether. A tether is a African coon. Someone that's trying to undermine foundational black Americans. That's the definition of a coon, not an African within himself, but an African that's trying to undermine the foundational black Americans from their prosperity, which is reparations, a crime bill, and these police. We got to make sure the Democrats give us something before this election. It got to be some kind of money coming out, man. I'm sorry. I don't want we don't need no programs. We can create our own programs. We built this nation. You think we can't create a fucking program? Come on, bro. We got a lot of our own smart scholars. We got a lot of our own black people with their own business right now, but they still owe their reparations for their ancestors' atrocities. This ain't nothing. It's simple. If a parent die, what happens next? Their kids get the business. That's all this is. This is mistreatment of humanity. This is a claim. This is a lawsuit on this United States of America, which is a corporation. You hear me? So I want us to think big on this one. Because our ancestors is trusting us to get this done. Harriet Tubman is watching us like hell right now. She want to make sure all that running and all that freeing of the slaves or leading them to freedom is going to pay off with us. We got to be business minded, and when we get these reparations, most of us, a good amount of us, not most of us, just a good amount, need to make sure that we put money into each other so we can build institutions such as hospitals, schools. This is easy. It's not hard. We get that money and we can go get some of these Mexicans who got framing talent to frame some of this work for us. We become the entrepreneurs that hire people to get some of this stuff done for us. We got to think big on this one. The Democrats must give us a payout this year. Because anything less, we risking our prosperity and our children. For the most part, we're risking our children's future. We got to be the ones to get the money and get everything rolling, so when our children grow up, they ain't got to worry about nothing. We must be the ones to get this money. The Democrats can damn sure give us. Listen, if they're think about it, let's be logical. They trying to act like this is impossible. They say it's somewhere between 40 and 50 million black people, which I think is more like 65 million. That's if you give every black person $1 million a piece. That ain't nothing but $65 million. They could come up with that. So let's push to get the Democrats to pay us a payout this year. Because it's possible. And we can get it done. You see, I don't look like I'm doing bad. But it don't mean nothing because collectively is what matters. It's a lot of us black individuals that's doing well, but they ain't got nothing to do with the debt and our collective prosperity, man. I don't want to be doing good and I look out on the street and see 40 black people out in the cold with no food. no place to live. I'm not doing well enough to take care of all of them. I wish I was, but I'm not. So that's why this collectively we need to make sure we get reparations. That way we can start sitting down, politicking with each other, and building up our own economy. You hear what I'm saying? It's time to think big. I don't want to hear no black people talking about what we're not going to get. They love that. They jack off to that kind of talk. They bust a nut when we talk like that. We cannot satisfy them with a defeated mindset. We must keep our foot on this pedal and make sure Joe Biden understands that without no money, bitch, you're out of there. And everybody that's with you. Yo, yeah, I'm good.
I'm
making
chill.
Okay, bro. I'm making a little video to put on YouTube.
These niggas over there tripping.
They tripping? They tweaking?
Oh
man.
Dang.
Well, sure. I'll probably be chilling too after this. All right, Pop. I'll holler at you. Yes, sir. That was my dad. But yeah, back to the scheduled program. I'm about to end this video soon, but I want y'all to understand what's at stake here. Our livelihoods. We got to push this Congress and this administration to get them checks out. Foundational Black Americans is everything to this country. We everything to this country. And we built this country. And a lot of people are living good off of our labor. It's time they pay the piper. That shit cost. That shit costs now. Democrats better come up off that paper or they can forget about it. Let's make sure they understand that. A payout this year. A payout this year. Remember, foundational Black American first. Black first. Our people first. Because every other group thinking about what's the best interest of their people. And when they get what they need, they don't think about us. It's time we think about us. It's time we think about us. So, with that being said, we got to know what to push. They want us to believe that these commissions is progress. And you know what? I want to take the time to say Dr. Darity, he got one thing wrong. $350,000 is not enough, sir. But he did get one thing right. It must be a federal push. State and locals is cool. They could come up with some money too. But the main motherfucker we need to be going at is that federal government. Because they got the capacity to pay such a bill. And they could pay it right away. You see how they giving the migrant shit right away? About time they done paying and helping the migrants, we'll be looking at over 400 and something, million or billion dollars. And you mean to tell me you can't send black people a payout? Bullshit. Democrats, we're looking for a payout this year. Don't talk to us about nothing. You can come to as many churches as you want to. It ain't gonna work for my group, my generation. And y'all got to worry about us. Y'all got to see us. So y'all might as well make good on us right now. After those 10 people got killed in Buffalo, bets was really off. We were not about to deal with George Floyd death and then no. And then 10 of our people get killed. A lot of them elders. No, man. This is about to end. This is about to stop. Democrats, y'all have 4 years to show and prove something. Y'all couldn't even get a crime bill done. Y'all couldn't even deal with the police. And then y'all came and lied to us. Unacceptable. Won't happen again. Payout this year. My people, I love y'all. We've been through a lot. We had a hell of a journey. Now we need that pot of gold at the end of the tunnel. We need that pot of gold. Let's make sure that we make Joe Biden personally, because he wrote a personal bill that mass incarcerated our people, black men in particularly. And black women, I see more of y'all coming along, and I'm proud of that. But we need y'all to stop letting these Democrats and these white cultural people dupe y'all. And then when y'all get shot dead by the police, ain't no black girl magic. Nope. Y'all get high, they give y'all 4 levels, and then that 5th level, there's that glass ceiling. They don't want y'all where Becky is. And then when something happened to y'all, they looking at y'all, well, shit, like, we ain't tell y'all to come over here fucking with us. Y'all should have stayed with y'all people. They're gonna leave y'all on the island. It's time y'all jump over, get y'all heads together, and know what's at stake, and get with your people. That's your best option. You better believe it. So let's come together and get this done. This is the icing on the cake right here. Our people, they struggled and they went through atrocities. It was harmed, raped, beat, burnt, hung, raped, private areas cut off, private areas invaded. Our children thrown in alligator swamps and alligators' mouths. We got to make sure that we do what's right by our ancestors. We got to make sure we do what's right by our ancestors. Yo? Nah, it's the game over, Pop. You can shut it all off. All right. We got to make sure we do what's right by our ancestors. And get this done. This is how we honor them. So, I wanted to make sure I made this video. And because it's an important video. Because I don't hear nobody jumping on this. As much as I like Tariq Nasheed, he hasn't really jumped on this yet. And he has done a lot of work. We love him to death. And that's it. And I say this respectfully because, and it's probably because he got a lot going on. I mean, he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. And we appreciate him for the rally he did have. Even if he don't have another one, we appreciate the one he did have. That take a lot of work to get shit like that together. So we got to appreciate our brother. So he ain't going to be able to cover everything. That's why we got to come out. Jason Black can't cover everything. Professor Black Truth can't cover everything. Phil Scott, they can't cover everything. This is why this is a community work. So I took the time to make the video to push this message. We must make sure they give us some kind of payout this year, 2024. And tell them those commissions ain't cutting it. Cut the check. Foundational Black Americans, I love y'all. And this is our time to get it done. This algorithm is not in the air for no reason. Our ancestors is helping this get in the atmosphere. And they looking for us